Yes! I have finally created the perfect potion to steal data from unprotected devices. Now I'll have unlimited access to all the little goodies hidden in people's phones and computers.
Stop right there, witch!
No, not the knights who say Nord.
That's right. It is us, the Knights Who Say Nord, here to put a stop to your wicked scheme with the best VPN in the kingdom.
Blasted! You can't stop me. The people of the kingdom only look for good deals.
And that we have, witch. We've already posted flyers around the villages, letting them know that with our affiliation, they can get 68% off NordVPN. That's only $3.71 a month.
No, that can't be.
It can! Plus, they get an additional month free at nordvpn.com/NicheMemesPod, or by using the coupon code NicheMemesPod.
Foiled again. Curse you, Nord Knights.
Terms of service may apply. The Niche Memes Podcast is a proud affiliate of NordVPN.
Come on, you Witch King.
Can you put the helmet over, or like how does
Only a woman can beat you. Are we on?
Yeah, you got to get the headset on top if you can. I want to. No, over the horn. There we go. Hey, yeah! Sauron is gamer.
I'm actually, it's the Witch King.
I don't know who the Witch King. I don't know who the Witch King
Only
is.
a woman can
You're
beat
Sauron
the Witch King.
to me.
Because no man can beat me.
You're Sauron to me. So are we all recording?
I am, yeah.
Jacob, come on.
I am, but
you're recording on Audacity?
Screen?
Well, then why did you say no, you fucking idiot?
I'm eating.
God damn it. All right, well, okay.
I'm legally blind.
So, guys, I am, please be the right camera. Yeah, there we go. I am the headless, I'm the head of the Headless Horseman. It's nice to finally meet everyone.
Oh my god.
Dude, you're literally just wearing a green suit, and we can see the green background.
Yeah, Cam's gonna have to do some work on this one. So, if you leave me like this, Cam, I will never forgive you.
I might have to. We'll see. We'll see.
My floating arm. Oh, with my floating drink.
Amazing.
Welcome everyone to the Niche Memes Podcast.
Episode 17.
Are we on 17 now? I thought we were on.
We're on 17. Jacob got the count wrong at the end of the last one.
Oh, right, he did. Right. We're on 17.
Oh, Jacob.
Jacob's been thrown off. He's old age. We got to respect our elders, you know.
You know, he's an older man. Soon he's gonna look like this guy here.
Yep. Hopefully very soon.
I wish I looked like that guy very soon. Well, if it makes you feel any better, I did have some Reese's cups.
Reese's Puffs.
Nice.
Reese's Puffs.
Beat 'em up.
Yeah. Happy Halloween, everybody.
Yeah, when is this going out?
October 29th, so 2 days before Halloween.
Wow.
Happy Halloween. I'm eating some candy corn.
Happy Halloween 2020.
Yeah. What a fucking spooky year.
The spookiest year
And now
yet.
we're in the spooky month. Oh shit, here we go.
Spooky month is almost
Yeah,
over.
there we go. Get that red camera on, buddy.
Red camera.
Yeah.
No, I turned off the top monitor that had Audacity.
Jacob, I know you have a bunch of stories for this episode.
I do have a bunch of stories for this episode. Yeah.
So we'll let you take it away with one, and then we'll see where we go
Good
from there.
plan.
Putting the candy corn away because this is a tale
Good idea, because it's
of
fucking
something that
loud.
actually.
It's gonna be fun.
I'm pulling up the topics chat. I actually typed in 4 big topics for this podcast today. And I wanted to start off with something that happened when I worked at a bar here in the city. I worked at an old military bar. So I'd serve veterans and people that served in, different wars and in the military, of course, and, in the navies and the Marines and such, whatnot.
It's just going to list every branch of the military.
No. One of the things is, because we only had like one bartender working at a time, there'd be nights where I would just close the shop by myself.
Okay.
And I can tell you, we were supposed to stay open till like 11:30. We would usually, like the last person would usually leave about 10. So we would be in this place for about an hour, hour and a half by ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of old war memorabilia in this place that caused weird things to happen. I would constantly see people out of the corner of my eye. I'd just be at work. I'd be like sweeping. Like if it was dead and everyone had their drinks, I'd do a bit of mopping and sweeping.
Dead.
I would do a lot of cleaning up in this place, and they had one room which was their games room, which had like a pool table, a couple of like those buck hunts, just like old arcade machines, and like a bunch of memorabilia. And I tried to steer clear of that room because I always saw someone, like when out of the corner of my eye, I'd always see someone like sitting in a chair, and when I'd look, there would be nobody. And I think one of the creepiest times I've ever had happen at this place was I was actually closing up for the night. When you enter, there's a hallway. Like as soon as you enter, there's a hallway that goes all the way down. There's the 2 bathrooms on the left, and then there's the office, and I believe it was another storage room on the right of this hallway. At the very end, there was like a back kitchen because they used one hall for like weddings and stuff, and they used the other halls for like just the main seating and the games room or whatever. And I remember, like, as we close up, you basically go room to room to room and make sure everything's swept, lights are off, you close your doors, and that was it. That was like the big cleanups. Make sure there's no spills, make sure everything was like tidied up. And so the way I would do it is all lights on. I would do games room first, get it out of the way, close the one door, do the first hall side, which I think was hall A, close it, basically close that entire section off. Then I would do the big hall, close that off, which was easy. Do the back kitchen, close it. Clean up the bathrooms, because you had to leave all the garbage at the end of this hallway at the back door. You wouldn't go in the office unless you were punching out, and that's where you left your bags and stuff. So we didn't really go in there to do any big cleaning because the higher up staff would do it. We wouldn't touch too much in the storage room. You clean up the bar, you clean up the bar area, and then you basically leave all the garbage at the end of the hall. In the morning staff would get rid of it, and then you leave. You basically like turn the lights off, lock the door, like leave, lock the door, alarm the place, gone. And I remember this day, I had just left the garbage there, and I this was the day I knew there was someone there all day. I know out of the corner of my eye, I saw them. I was like, okay, something's gonna happen today. I just know it because, it's hard to believe in ghosts and stuff, but I'm ready. I'm fucking.
Did you get
ready.
EMF level 5 though?
It's hard to believe in ghosts, but I was like, it's a ghost. Like what?
I got that freezing temperatures.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah. I could see my breath. It was January, but I could see my breath. Like.
Anyway.
I think it was actually November.
Yeah, exactly.
But I remember that I had all the lights off in the other rooms. I remember hearing a voice as I put the garbage down from the kitchen, and I was like, "Oh, that's not right." And so it was like I can't even remember what it said. It was just like a whisper, and I like stopped. I'm like, did someone like whisper at me? I remember putting the garbage down. I walked down the hallway towards the front area. I remember flicking off the light down the hallway and watching as the light went out, seeing someone standing at the back, and then it went black. And not being able to see them after that. And I flicked the light back on. I was like, it was gone. It was gone. Lights back off. It was dark. But I remember as I was flicking the lights off, there was someone standing at the very end of the hall. And it was like, nope, I'm done. I'm closing up. I'm leaving. I'll tell my boss about this later. And,
did you? What did you say to your boss?
Sorry, I couldn't close, boss. There was a ghost.
No, I was closing. I literally just had to turn that light off. Turn off another light that was right there, like the 2 switches, walk to the front door, hit the alarm button, go out, lock the door. I was basically, I just had to flick off the other light. And I was like, I flicked it up, I'm like, nope, boom.
Can I tell you guys about the show I watched last night? It relates, in a way.
Absolutely.
I found a show on YouTube. There's just clips of it. It's called, what was it? It's like Bar Rescue or something like that.
Bar Rescue.
Right? I'd never heard of it. Now, let me tell you about this show real quick. It's a man who really wants to be Gordon Ramsay. And he's doing, like, kitchen nightmares kind of shit. And you searching it? Is that what you're doing?
No, I'm telling my mom and sister to keep the volume down because I can hear them.
So it's called Bar Rescue. Yeah, this guy walks into places. He'll, like, camp outside in a van, okay? And he'll send a bunch of cameras in to fucking film this bar that's like, you know, oh, we're losing money. I'm $1 million in debt. Please tell me how to make money. And he's, like, sends cameras in, and all the bar staff are just getting fucking wasted and, like, giving out way too much alcohol. And it's just shit like that. And then he'll go in and he'll just fucking scream at them. And it's not like Gordon Ramsay where he goes in and he's like, you fucking dreadful. It's he goes in, he goes, you ain't got no fucking balls. You fucking should be looking after. And then it's so fucking weird. It's very clear that he wants to be Gordon Ramsay.
Oh my god.
He walks into a kitchen at one point and he picks up a rag. And there's this gigantic, like, I'm big, but, like, gigantic fat guy in the corner with, like, the worst facial hair. And they're like, he's like, what the fuck's this here? You got your fucking sweat rag on the counter? And he fucking whips it at him. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But he goes into one, and the bar owner is, like, never there, because he believes that the bar is haunted. And all of his staff believe the bar is haunted. They're like, well, there's just things going on. We can't explain them. We can't explain what's going on. And they're like, well, what's happening? They're like, well, I don't know. I'm a bit too scared to talk about it. So they don't really, like, say anything. And then he basically looks at the bar owner and he's like, you know why your bar's failing? It's because you got the best excuse in the fucking world. There's a ghost! There's a ghost in your bar! And it's so, it's so fucking stupid.
Oh my god.
I found it last night. I recommend looking it up because it's such a fucking stupid ripoff. I hated it.
God, that's so fucking good. No, apparently, so I try and tell my boss about this experience. And they turn to me and go, oh yeah, like that's so-and-so. And I was like, what the fuck?
So
What do you mean
and
that's
so?
so-and-so?
That's just Mike.
Yeah, like that's, like they were just...
Hey, I know you.
What?
You're
Like,
Mellow
how do you...
Mike.
It's like, oh, it's like, look, talk to any of the patrons that come in. They've all seen people around here. It's because the war memorabilia, it's, you know, it's like, so I think they all had stories of stuff that had happened in that bar. And it was like, oh, okay, well, fuck me. I guess I witnessed a ghost event and I had a sanity of 80.
I don't know about sanity of 80, Jacob. I know you.
No, I don't know if I ever have sanity of 80 at this point.
That's why he downed all the pills yesterday on stream. Fucking asshole. Were you there for that game, Cam?
No.
No, I wasn't.
This is what they said. I remember this. Poss was like,
We're playing Phasmophobia, by the way.
Phasmophobia, yeah.
we're playing Phasmophobia, and Poss says, oh, I'm so mad because last game Cam ate all the pills and he didn't even go back in. And as she said that and walked away, I was like, oh, boom.
Yeah, we hadn't even entered the house once, and he took all the pills.
No, we did. Did
we?
Because when we came back after going to the asylum, I took all 4 of them, and I'm like, I'm ready to go back in. And
right, it
Poss
was.
lost it on me.
Yeah, I remember them.
Like,
I remember coming back into the stream and them just being really angry at Jacob.
They were screaming at me like, "Go back in!" I'm like, "I'm trying to get back in. I'm not gonna call it a day. I'm gonna go back in there and try and figure it out. But just give me a chance."
Well, we were just bored.
Yeah.
We were like, we have to fucking sit here now and do nothing while Jacob looks through the books and tries to figure it out.
No, that's not true. You're bait. Once
We're
your
bait.
sanity hits 0, you're bait.
That's the thing. I went back in and the door immediately closed. So I mean,
Yeah, and then we're just waiting.
Yeah.
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 Hey, you let the ghost eat you.
That was
just like in real life.
That was a spooky ghost.
No, I don't want to. Oh fuck! I was.
But
trying to
yeah.
at it.
That was one of the big scary spooky stories. Another one I want to point out is I had a friend in high school that I would go and stay at their house, and in their basement is where him and his brother had their computers set up. And I think Jack knows who this is.
I think so.
Yeah, and in this basement they had a storage room that it was like they had a spare bed in it, and there was like all this storage crap. But that wasn't the creepy part of this basement. There was 2 photos they had in this basement because one of their parents is a hoarder. They had a photo of like Queen Elizabeth when she was younger. So like a photo from like the 60s or 70s or something. It was fucking creepy because they left it in like where this bed was, and you could like see it like buried, like you could see like the face of it buried behind like boxes and stuff.
What a fucking weird thing to keep.
And it would be like every time I stayed over, I'd be in that room and I'd be like, I know it's right fucking there. I know it's right. I know it's right fucking there. But that wasn't the other one that was the creepiest part. Was as soon as you came down their stairs into their basement, right on the wall. Like, so if I go down the stairs, it was right here. I would turn, and there would be this photo, and it was like, I want to say like you know those oil paintings where it's like a mix of black and blue and all over the place. Then there was this butterfly background, and then just a woman's set of eyes. It was like woman eyes, these butterfly wings, and then this pastel like blue black like murky water around it all. And it was like it was just a picture of that was art or whatever, but they had it. It looked like a photograph style art. And no matter where you sat in this basement, the eyes were always looking at you.
Hell no.
Looking at you. That was like, and it wasn't like they were like beady eyes, but it was like you could see like whites of the eyes, and they looked like they were looking forward. So if you looked at the photo, it was always looking forward.
Oh, I
but
hate
if
it.
you sat anywhere else, it looked like the eyes were like following you around the room. And it was just because I want to say it was just because of the angle of like how the pupils like how the whites of the eyes kind of just disappeared based on where you were sitting. But like it didn't make sense. It didn't make sense. The light source never changed. I couldn't explain it.
That's just how pictures work. They look like they're following you if you're looking at the lens or near the lens.
The problem was as soon as I went to their basement, I was like, oh, that's creepy, dude. Like this photo's creepy. And they're like, what's creepy about it, dude? Like there's nothing wrong with it. I'm like, and like I told them like, have you guys ever noticed how that like picture follows you? They're like, no. And so like one night I was like sleeping on their couch, and I remember
Queen Elizabeth appeared before me.
No. I was on their couch outside, and I had my friend was talking to someone on Skype at the time, and I just passed out. We were supposed to be watching anime, and I passed out. And he swears to God this happened.
Weeb.
No, he swears to God this happened.
Uh-huh.
He was talking to his friend, and both of them vouched for this. Like, they were both like, dude, this happened. We don't know why the fuck it happened. I sat straight up, was like freaking out. I was like, where am I? And I'm screaming, where am I? And I look at the photo, and I'm like, holy fuck. I'm like freaking out, and I have no recollection of this. And I'm like, and he's like, dude, are you okay? He's like, I'm like, yeah, I am. I'm okay. I'm here. And then I laid back down and closed my eyes. He's like, dude, where's here? Dude, where's here? I didn't respond, and I was back asleep. I woke up 2 hours later, and I was like I opened my eyes and looked at him. He's like, not again. And I'm like, what do you mean not again? He's like, oh my god, dude.
I don't believe that's not Jacob fucking with his friends.
No,
I do
honestly,
not believe that is.
I do not believe it for a second.
That's the problem. That's the problem. I have no recollection. I have nothing.
Yeah.
I remember laying on the couch, going like this, and getting fucking tired, and then passing out. And then I remember waking up and going and looking at him like this, just like tired. And he was like, and he was like looking at me. He was like, Are you okay? And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, and then all of a sudden his friend on Skype's like, what's happening? Is he okay? Just like freaking out.
They just left you there for 2 hours. I don't know.
Like it was like 1:30 in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning was when I passed out. I remember waking up at about 3:30.
Yeah.
And he was still sitting in his chair talking to his friend, who is from Ohio at this.
Oh, of course. It all leads back to Ohio.
Fucking all connected. But he was like, both of them were like, he put him on speaker afterwards and was like, dude, like, this is what happened. I remember hearing you screaming this. And then I got to explain what happened. It was just, it was like that moment and like just being creeped out by those fucking pictures that I stopped sleeping in that basement.
Spoopy Queen Elizabeth.
I remember I knew someone with a really spooky, definitely haunted farmhouse back in the day.
Ooh.
And we like spent a night there once, and we were all on the top floor, and I could hear like shit opening and closing on the bottom floor, which was really weird. And we went down there in the morning, and there was like stuff that got moved around.
Well, that's crazy.
Fuck, dude. I love it when my friends sleepwalk on me.
I don't have any ghost stories. I'm like deathly afraid of the dark, but I don't have any ghost stories. Like
Afraid of the dark, you say?
Yeah.
This is too
Wait,
much.
Yeah,
wait,
that's fine.
wait. Jack, on your screen,
Yeah.
are you on that side of me?
No.
That side of me?
Yeah.
Scared of the dark.
Asshole, what the fuck? No, I hate the dark, dude.
You have any good like trick or treating stories then?
No, I didn't
Bro,
go
check
trick or
this out.
treating. I was a
Check this
fat
out.
kid. No one gave me
Ooh,
candy.
ooh.
Come on, it's prime time.
No. I mean, I went trick or treating, but it was mostly just like I was in like the rich kid area. It was great. You just walk around and you could walk a couple roads away and there's like mansions giving away whole candy bars, and I'm like, yeah, we
And
gotta...
they'd give like
and
two of them at a time.
Every year it's like, nah, skip that house because the next like 4 have like full-size Mars bars. Might as well,
God.
right? So
Yeah.
yeah,
I remember
that's
trick or
fucking
treating
great.
back in like grade 9, and we got like 2 garbage bags full each.
Oh,
Like,
really?
Great. No.
Yeah.
Then again, Jacob, you would have been like 5'2" then. So.
Yeah, they would have believed it. Everyone here fucking trick or treats, dude. I was doing it in fucking grade 12.
Yeah.
Real.
Yeah,
Really?
You go to
Everyone
like
just fucking does it.
you go hang out with your friends, and then like at some point in the night you go, well, fuck it, we got costumes. We might as well just go get some candy and come back here and watch movies. Like, fuck
I
it.
remember.
So
I
you
remember
walk a
one
couple
year-
houses down, and your neighbors are just like, "Oh yeah, it's Jack. Yeah, give Jack and his friends some candy. Why not?"
I remember
fucking
one
great.
year, my parents, my brother was having a Halloween party. I had no plans. I was gonna do a party the next day, so I wasn't trick or treating or anything. My parents said, "Hey, at 10 o'clock, can you take over?" Or like at 9:30, can you take over? And I was like, "Sure." It's not like we're gonna get anybody. It was like one teenager came at like 6. Then it was just kids. They started to dial by 8:30. I'm like, cool. I'm just gonna sit downstairs and wait. The doorbell has never rung more with high schoolers just trick or treating from 9 o'clock all the way to 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
They're just
Oh my
looking for
God.
the remnants. It's like, hey, you got any leftover candy you don't want? It's
You
like,
got any
sure,
candy?
you know? Like,
It's fucking
like-
great.
people knew it's like, hey, I'm in high school. There's like 20 blocks. We're gonna hit them all. We're gonna get all of them.
Mhm.
Every single goddamn block. Well, you can like once you're in high school, you can guerrilla,
Yeah.
I guess trick or treat because you can just get someone with a car and hit
Yeah.
every house in the
Right.
city.
Right.
Well, now we walked it, but there was a route you had, especially through where
Yeah.
he used to, like, where we used to live. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Exactly. I
Yeah.
had it planned out. I was like, I know where all the big houses are. Just we gotta walk this way, and then we'll.
Yeah, they were
back
like
it-
2
back
streets
that
over
side.
from your place.
It was fucking great. Although it sucked one year because like I didn't have a costume because I wasn't planning on trick or treating, and then my friend was like, "Oh, let's go out." I'm like, "I don't have a costume." He's like, "Oh no, let's go out. Let's go trick or treating anyway for a few minutes." I'm like, "Whatever."
A few minutes.
I
So
remember.
I put on like a bunch of like John Cena merch, and I was pretending to be like a gangster, and
What?
I was in like grade 9 or whatever, or I was in like grade 8, I think. And of course by that point I'm already like 6 feet tall. So I get to this first house and they're like, "Not a great costume, is it? You didn't really put a lot of effort into that." I was like,
Oh my God.
I was like, "Fuck off. Dude, I didn't want to be here." Why
And that's
are you,
where Jack's Halloween spirit died.
why are you bullying? Yeah, pretty
Probably.
much. I don't think I've really cared since then.
Put
I-
on a bunch of John Cena merch.
I remember
Gangster.
trick or treating. I remember trick or treating with this guy years ago. I think it was It was in grade 9, and he was a very odd kid. Not because of like like when I say odd, people have this idea in their head, and it's not that.
Mm.
He was like his idea for having fun on trick or treat like, on Halloween was we go up to a door and we would knock on the door, and our response is as soon as they open the door, we'd sing a Christmas carol. It would be like we'd start singing like Silent Night, and people would be like trying to give us candy, and he's like, here's the plan. We walk up, you sing Silent Night, we sing like the first verse. Yeah. As soon as they're done, they try and give us candy, we leave. We don't take the candy. We just sing and leave. And I was like, okay, and like he had like probably like 2 of their friends like, yeah, let's do it. So like a group of 5 of us went up to the door, knocked on the door. The moment they opened, they're ready to give us like candy. We sang. We all started walking away, and they're like,
oh my god.
And then like just to create that awkward tension. And then like the next house, he's like, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna like, and like he'd do it like every like couple houses. Like, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna knock on the door, and we're just gonna stand there. And every time they try to give us the candy, we're just not gonna accept it. We're just gonna stand there like bags closed. And I'm like, okay,
so you're just gonna stare down a fucking homeowner.
Yeah. So we're standing there, and we're all just like a bunch of like grade 9s just standing there with our bags closed, just like waiting.
Grade 9s as well. I'd fucking close the door straight away.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
and we're standing there like we're just like. And then I remember as they started to walk away, like me and my other friend looked at each other and we knocked on the door and we're like, sorry about that. Like we got the candy. We're like, fuck that, dude. I ain't playing these games anymore. This is dumb.
Yeah.
But it would be like every couple of houses he'd come up with these ideas. And then like one year he went as a door for Halloween. He brought like an actual door. Every time he would knock, he would like open his door at the same time and be like, what do you
who gives who candy now? Yeah.
Yeah, so it was very unusual. But yeah, I only trick or treated with them the 1 year, and yeah, I just not my cup of tea.
Amazing.
I trick or treated until probably like 7th or 8th grade. I remember in 8th grade, it was either 8th or 9th grade. My friend and I wanted to help my mom decorate the front yard by fake hanging him in a tree.
Interesting.
So we were gonna put like ropes around his shoulders so that he didn't actually, and then just put him in there. My mom was like, "Yeah, maybe we won't.
Maybe we won't hang your friend in a tree." Oh my god, what a fucking Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that might have been smart. Man, being a fucking kid at Halloween and like trying to come up with tricks.
Oh,
fucking dumb.
I remember the first person who said trick, and I didn't know what to do, so I just walked away. I was like, "That's okay. Have a good night, sir." Yeah.
Trick.
You're wasting my time, sir. I can see your candy. It's not good enough for me to trick you.
The bourgeoisie wants the birds to spy on you.
The bourgeoisie.
The bourgeoisie is watching you with the cameras and the birds.
What the fuck?
Birds, the 5G birds.
You want a trick this year? Fucking it's always been a trick. No. Censor it. Censor that.
Edit that out.
Yeah.
But you know, I want to bring it back to a bit more of a spooky topic on this last.
Go on.
I don't know about you guys,
mm-hmm.
but something that I think most people can relate to, especially something creepy, is the ability to lucid dream.
Nope.
I had a lucid dream the other day, actually.
I've never had a lucid
really?
dream.
I've had a few the last couple of days.
Well, I don't even know what lucid dreams are, really.
Why don't you tell the good people of the podcast what a lucid dream is, Jacob?
I don't. Well, let me pull up the definition of it. Because I don't wanna fuck it up. I'll tell you what they say and we'll go from there.
Okay.
A lucid dream is a dream during which the dreamer is aware that they are dreaming. During a lucid dream, the dreamer may gain some amount of control over the dream. They can control the characters, the narrative, the environment. However, this is not actually necessary for a dream to be described as lucid. Basically, you were aware that you're asleep. You're aware that you're asleep and that you're dreaming. That is the main point to this. So that means like you'll be in the middle, you'll be asleep. You'll be like going through some narrative, like you're like, oh, when you get that that deja vu feeling, like you've already been in a situation. That might be because you had a dream that you remember, and you just recall at that point. You're like, I remember this moment, like we met before, but it was like something your brain just made up based on happenstance, or your brain created a hypothesis that somehow got fulfilled.
The prophecy.
Basically an educated guess at the end of the day. But there comes a point where some people can realize that they are aware that they're asleep. And it leads to a couple spooky things. It can lead to sleep paralysis. It can lead to a person, in the case of what they believe, actually dying in their sleep because of lucid dreaming.
Lovely.
If you die in your sleep, you die in real life.
Well, it's not like that. But I remember talking to a friend about this. They knew they could lucid dream, but they had a rope tied around their waist when they did, so they could explore their let's say they created a dream world in their head. They could explore a dream world, but they knew, because if they got too far away from their actual body, because they could see their body like either laying in their bed or whatever. If they got too far away, the rope would get smaller and smaller and smaller. And if the rope ever broke, they just knew that they were dead. They were done. They were going to be stuck in a coma. They had to find their way back to their body and be like lost for who knows how long. And so they'd go explore, and if anything came near the rope, they'd be like, "Oh, fuck it, I'm going back." And they were just spooked by it. They didn't want to do it. But there have been cases where people have gone to sleep and not woken up, and their brain activity is still just constantly going, like they are in a dream state, and they just are stuck like that. And people have associated that to being stuck with a lucid dream where they just can't wake themselves up because they just got lost. So that's kind of like a creepy end of things. If you really want to look into something that's super creepy, and I'm sure you've heard of it from other people, it's called sleep paralysis.
Oh, so yeah, I've heard of it.
So the scientific part of sleep paralysis is that when you fall asleep, your brain releases a chemical that freezes your body. Basically, it paralyzes, so your body doesn't actually walk around when you're sleeping, aka sleepwalking. Mm-hmm. So if your body doesn't produce enough of that chemical, you end up sleepwalking. Or if your body doesn't produce enough of it, and your body builds up a tolerance to it, you get a thing called sleep paralysis, where you'll wake up early before your dream is done.
Okay.
So you'll be laying in your bed. No. Your body will release either not too little, either enough or too much of it, but your brain says it's time to wake up, but your body's not being paralyzed. So your eyes will wake up, you'll be in your room, but you'll see shadow figures walking around. You'll see creepy things where it's ghosts in your room, but you can't move. You're like, oh fuck, I can't move, my heart's pounding.
See, none of this is spooky to me, because that's all explained by your brain. So
well, you try to, right? But most people, when they're in this situation where you're like, okay, I'm waking up in the middle of the night, there's a dark figure right there. There's a dark figure looking over me.
I'm sure it's spooky to experience.
And people can't remember their dreams. That's the thing. So you wake up and you have no recollection of what your dream was, and now you're in this room where you're like, okay, here's these things looking over you. And usually the shadow figures are still part of the dream that's running in your head.
Yeah.
So let's say as an example, I'm in a dream right now. Mm-hmm. I'm talking to my mic, talking to on my screen, Jack and Cam.
Jacob, this is the only way we can get through to you. You're in a coma.
I'm going to stay in this
coma.
You're in a coma. Fuck you.
The podcast isn't
staying.
real, Jacob.
I'm
the podcast isn't real, Jacob.
It's the only way of getting in touch with you.
In my dream, I'm talking to Jack and Cam on my podcast with them. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, let's say they surprise me. They come in through this door, and I'm talking to them.
Oh, yeah.
And then I wake up. But then I wake up. And then I wake up. All of a sudden, I'm woken up. In my room, let's say I'm laying there, I can see two figures coming through my door, and I'm freaked out. Uh-huh. I know, I don't have no recollection of my dream. I'm just paralyzed. I can't move. My body's released too much of the chemical that's forcing myself to sleep or be paralyzed. I'm trying to get up and breathe, and all it feels like is I can't breathe. My heart's pounding. These things are getting closer. I'm freaking out. And then
just calm down, forehead.
Yeah.
Don't be such a bitch.
So there are stories of people experiencing sleep paralysis, and it's creepy. It's very nightmare fuel because literally is just a dream that's going bad because you can't wake up right. But I really want to get to Cam on this because he said there's a dream of his that he really just doesn't like.
Can I just say something before Cam starts?
Did?
Yeah.
AOC, Alexandria Ocasio
Yeah.
Cortez, has just put out on Twitch or on Twitter that she wants to play Among Us with people on Twitch.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
I love it.
Yeah, that
Oh,
can't go
she's chatting
wrong.
with Pokimane. She's like, let's do it. I'll set up an account and get some streaming equipment today.
Oh my god.
She's gonna get some streaming
She's gonna be a
equipment,
gamer.
guys.
The first gamer
First
president.
gamer president, guys. AOC. 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 I love it. Oh my god.
That's amazing.
Cam, I want to hear.
she
I want to
should
hear about
stream
this
her
lucid dream
presidency.
you've had.
Because I remember.
But I
a
also
lot
want to
of
hear.
lucid
I want to hear. I want to hear about this more so. This nightmare you recently had.
dreams.
About how you. Wait, Jack. Where is he?
The one
where
with
is he
the
on your
mob?
screen?
Yep.
Is he right there,
Nope.
or is he right there?
There.
Right there.
Yep.
Okay. I want to know how you feel.
Why do you
being
keep
stuck
doing
in
this,
my
gag?
OBS.
Oh my god.
You got
Yeah.
what?
So I've had this reoccurring lucid dream.
Oh, yes.
Where, and it's always either after we've been streaming or after I've been streaming, and like for whatever reason I'll get stuck in it, and I will suddenly get into the dream, and I'm trapped inside of OBS, like the program, like the software that you stream with, and I'll be like walking around things. It'll be like a building, but you have to like hop from to and fro from things, and I'll look over, and I'll just see a massive Jacob streaming.
Cam is the Among Us character, and you're making him run around.
I can't.
Man's acting pretty sus right now.
I can't escape the dream. I can't escape the dream until I climb over to the chat box and then verbally say in real life, "Good night, chat."
Oh my god!
And then I will wake up in my room.
Oh my god, dude! Oh, you should. Have you told Poss about this? Because she gets really upset when you call her chat, but I think she'd understand now, Cam.
I remember the first lucid dream I had, though. It was I was in my house, and I was just walking around, and it just seemed really normal and all that stuff. So I'm walking around, and then I'm like talking to some random person in my living room, and it's like, okay, that's weird. And then I go to turn on the light in my kind of foyer kind of thing that we have.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd known previously that in lucid dreams, to test if you're lucid dreaming, you try and flick a light switch on and off, because if it doesn't go on, it means you're lucid dreaming.
Interesting.
So I went to flick it on. Yeah, I went to flick it on, and the light didn't come on. And then I looked at the switch, and I kind of realized I was lucid dreaming. So I tried flicking it again. It didn't go on. So I started looking around, and then suddenly the entire, like, everything melted around me, and the dream ended, and I woke up. That was the first time I lucid dreamed.
Interesting.
And then there was also another one earlier this week I told you guys about. I was in Toronto, and for some reason I was around the mob. I feel like it's because I've been playing GTA 4 recently. For some reason I was with the mob, and they were talking
dating
about
an Arby's girl.
Yeah, yeah.
Right
They were
name.
talking about taking over Etobicoke and renaming it Etobitalia.
Etobitalia.
And it's like I remember like laughing in my dream about it, and then they kicked me out of the mob meeting, and I had to take a taxi back to my place. But halfway to my place, we were on like this like on ramp or whatever it is, or overpass on like a highway, and I just fell out of the window of the taxi, and just like fell on the ground, and I had to walk home.
Didn't think to stop and kill you.
You're like,
No.
I'm
Oh no, like
dreaming.
like literally,
Hey,
I just
taxi.
slipped out of the taxi.
Oh, okay.
I slip out of the taxi. I fall like 100 feet, hit the ground, and then it's like, well, I guess I'm walking, so I walk, and it's like it was to Bathurst Street, but up in the north. I don't know why. I don't know why either of those. So I ended up having to walk back down, and
Hey, isn't
walked.
there a Lego shop up there?
I don't know.
Jacob
So I ended up
knows.
walking back down to like the south of Toronto to catch a streetcar back home. And then there was another time where I walked from Ottawa to Toronto, but it only took like 4 hours. And it's like I remember getting to Toronto, it was just all like hills going like this. And it was like it was
But
street
you were on
cars
a
everywhere.
streetcar?
No, this time I was walking, but there were streetcars everywhere. Like everywhere.
That's insane.
Like instead of
Weird.
cars, it was streetcars. It's a transit dream or nightmare, depending on who you are.
Transit dreamer.
I gotta tell you. I also am able to lucid dream.
Oh yeah.
But it's been a very wild ride in itself because the dreams that I can lucid dream in always start as a nightmare.
Okay.
And I don't know it's a nightmare until literally the scary part is like you know, like when you can sense a jump scare is coming?
Yeah.
It's like that starts to happen and I'm like, oh, I know I'm in a dream. This isn't real. I gotta fucking change it quick or
Well,
this is
then
about
that
to be
kind of
bad.
explains it, really, because like you're just more accepting of dreams than you are of nightmares, so that makes sense.
There's some nightmares where it's like I know this is a nightmare and I know it's gonna happen again because it's been like the same environment,
Yeah.
the same like reoccurring dream that happens like a couple months after it's happened and you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah,
me,
but
here
that's
we
what I
go.
mean, right? Like, so if you're in a dream, you're more likely to just be like, I'm happy. Why do I care if it's a dream? I'm just gonna stay chilling. But if you're in a nightmare, you're more likely to be like, oh my god, this is way too fucking spooky, right?
Yeah, well that's the problem. I know it's a nightmare and I'm
Yeah.
going, wait, this is too fucking spooky. I gotta go.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
Yeah.
And it doesn't happen.
Oh, well, what do you do?
So
Just let it take you at that point.
So when I first
It's like,
No
cool,
thanks.
just kill me. I'm fine.
there was now one of my biggest fears has been fucking dolls. I hate fucking porcelain dolls.
Oh, I hate dolls, yeah.
Like dolls, just the baby ones where you lay it down and when you stand up its eyes open. No, fuck
Yeah.
that. No, like
They, like,
I
roll.
remember. Oh yeah, they do.
It's awful.
No, so I remember one of the first dreams that I remember controlling. It wasn't a nightmare. It was like something that I remember purposely being in a dream, and it was a character. This girl had come up to me, and I remember talking to them, and they were like, "I need to tell you something." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And she's like, "What was it?" I remember this now. She kissed me. I was like, "Wait a minute, something's wrong," and I was touching my lips, and she's like,
You're
"I need to
not
tell you-"
Brandy.
This is years ago. This is years ago.
Okay.
I was like 12. She looks at me and she says, I need to tell you two things, and you cannot say what you're about to think. First off, this is a dream. You need to understand this is a dream. And I was like, okay, I'm touching my lips, and I have this thought in my head. I'm like, all it tastes like is wax. It only feels like wax on my lips. So I'm like, first off, she like tells me that, and she's about to say the second thing, and I'm like, wax? Why is this wax? And I look up and she's gone. And I see this, like, I see like the remnant, like, you know, like when you see like in movies where like you hear a kid and then you hear like you see like the like back end of their feet running away. It was like I didn't hear a kid running, but I saw it and I'm like, oh my god, was she a doll? Was that like, was she a and I tried chasing after this in this empty fucking
A
mall.
doll.
No, I tried chasing
A
after
doll.
in this empty fucking mall. I couldn't find her until finally I like cornered her in a change room and she's like, you can't open
Wait,
it.
what?
No, like
Finally, I cornered her in a
see what I
change
did.
room.
I was trying to figure out what the fuck was going on. So anyways, no, I didn't go into the change room.
Edit
Basically-
that.
No,
out.
no, leave it in.
Leave it.
in.
It's too late. Leave it.
Oh, it's too
so
good.
I remember going through this clothes store. And
Yeah.
there's like the two change rooms at the back, and they're like those like curtain ones closed. And I come walking up, and I know, like, I hear her, like, I saw her right in there. I know she's there. She says from the other side, "Do not open it. If you open this, you're gonna know what's wrong." And that's when she told me the second thing about dreaming. If you know it's a dream, you need to create a way to escape the dream. And I was like, "What the fuck is this? Dude, I'm 12. What are you giving me? This is dangerous." And then it was like, and she was like, "It's as simple as calling out for your mom." As soon as she said "mom," I had apparently woken up and was like, Mom, and my mom opened the door because she was walking out of her room. She's like, hey, what's up? And I was like, did I call
A doll
you?
just told me I had to call for you.
I like, no, I looking up because I just said mom, and it was like I was awake apparently. And
Yeah.
I was like laying in my bed, and my mom opened the door, and she's like, hey, you just called. I'm like, no, like, what time is it? Oh, it's it's like 7, whatever. It's time to get up, ready for school. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I guess fuck me, I'll get up then. So I get up and I just like,
What?
Fuck me,
continue with
Mom.
my
I guess I'll get up.
Fuck me,
fuck,
then I
Mom.
guess I'll get up, Mom. What the fuck?
All right, time to leave. So then I remember from that dream that anytime I get stuck in a nightmare, I can always just sit there. I know like a nightmare's happening. I can always like, if I need to wake myself up, I go, Mom, and I can always like feel like, because you're that sleep paralysis, you have to like basically like you can't talk when you're having like so much fear. I basically have to just push through that and keep saying Mom, and then eventually I'll just wake up saying Mom. It's worked 9 out of 10 times, and there was one time it didn't work.
Then this is that one time.
No, there was this time it didn't work, and I remember what had happened because I actually scared the shit out of myself after waking up. My brother has told me that I've sleep talked before, and I've opened my eyes and looked at people and like looked around and then closed them and just don't have any recollection of it.
Yeah, I've done that.
But he was the one that opened my door, and I remember waking up on the floor because of this. I was having a creepy fucking dream with dolls and everything was just going wrong. I was in this house and it was like a murder mystery thing was going on. And then I realized that it wasn't a person that had died, like, not a person that was killing. It was just like something in the house that was like hunting people. And I was like, oh fuck, I need to get out of here. And then I remember
I was a demon.
I was about to get hunted. Yeah. I like fell through the floor and I realized I need to wake myself up. So I started calling for my mom. And I remember being in my bed, calling for my mom. I fell on the floor and I remember like dragging myself to the door, trying to wake myself up. I remember turning the doorknob and opening it. And then I completely forgot I was in a dream and I was back in a dream. Like nothing, like everything was like just a normal dream, back to normal. I completely forgot that I was lucid dreaming. I remember waking up from that afterwards, laying on my floor right in front of my door, reaching for my door.
Oh shit.
That's what was creepy about it, because I was like, oh, I know I'm lucid dreaming. I need to wake myself up. I'm being hunted. I know the thing's behind me. And I remember opening my door and being like, oh, I'm back in the dream. Oh, I'm back in this house. This house is normal now. Like, nothing's wrong. And, oh, hey, it's nice seeing you. Oh, drinks are in the garage. Cool. And, like, just, like, having a dream. And then I remember just forgetting, like, the rest of that dream and waking up, being on the floor and being like, why is there carpet in my face?
One time
Why
I
am I
shouted at
right
people
by
in
the
Frankfurt
door?
Airport. I went...
In a dream or in real life?
No, well, in real life, I was in Frankfurt Airport and I was led down on a set of chairs, and apparently I sat bolt upright, stared at someone, and went, and then fucking led back down and went back to sleep. I don't remember doing it, but that's apparently something I've done.
I'm surprised they didn't try to cleanse you.
Yeah. Apparently I don't speak English or like any language when I am sleeping, or like when I'm sleep talking. I just sort of like that kind of shit. So yeah, I'd be interested. I don't know how often I do it. I don't think I do it that often, but who knows? Maybe it's every
have to
night.
record you sleeping when we visit.
We'll do a sleep stream. It'll be great.
You're gonna do sleep. Hey, Jack.
Yeah?
You want to do a sleep stream with me?
Like I have to sleep with you?
You want to? Like, when we do the sleep stream, are we in the same bed together? Or
are we puppets? What is going on?
I'll hold your hand.
That's not how this is working. Oh my god. Okay. We're not sleeping together on a sleep stream, for fuck's sake.
Why not?
What do you mean, why not?
Think of the views.
Think of the views. 2 men sleep together live on Twitch. Perfect idea.
You know how many people we get?
None.
If we do it, what would the Twitch channels be that they would be on?
They would be twitch.tv/rockliquor with a 1 instead of an I.
And twitch.tv/McWigan, McWigan.
And if we wanted to see those people on Twitter, where could we find them?
It would be at RL1CKER.
And at McWigan TV. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, perfect. I'm like, is there a dot in there?
No,
too?
no dot. It's just
No
McWigan TV.
dot.
Yeah.
If you don't.
Did I
wanna
get yours
search
right?
that up, you can just, yeah, I think so,
Okay,
yeah.
good.
Oh my god.
And how about this little ghoul down here, this Witch King? Where can we find you? No, the one beside you.
No, not Poss.
Stop fingering the ghoul's nose.
Well, you can find me at Twitch TV/UnlikeMetal. That's UNLIKEMETAL. If we're not doing a big group stream on Halloween, I'm going to be streaming a bunch of Halloween games. Probably
You've been doing
for
a lot of
4 or
streaming
5
lately,
hours.
hey? You've been doing a
Nah,
lot.
man.
Oh, yeah,
I got Halloween off.
Oh.
That Saturday is off.
Okay, well, I might incorporate a group stream into there.
Nice.
But I will be streaming at Unlike Metal, and I'm also Unlike Metal on Twitter. That's UNLIKEMETAL. But I stream
Always at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, I always stream at 8
Every
p.m.
day.
Eastern, unless we have a stream in the evening doing a group stream. Then I stream usually at about 2 p.m.
Or the ghoul. I mean, Poss will. Sometimes Poss needs a bit of Poss time with.
It's my ghoul friend.
Cool friend.
Oh
good.
my god!
Well done.
one. I
I
like
like
that
that.
My
ghoul
ghoul
friend.
friend.
Oh.
Well, with that, I think we can leave it off there.
All right.
Thanks for
Bye,
joining us for this
everyone.
Hey, you
episode.
guys.